What up? What up? What up? Chuck P. C-Ville's finest. Realville HOLYFIELD number 78, I believe. Yeah. Man, we getting closer and closer to that 80. We getting closer and closer to that 2 hour big show, man. It's about to be going down. Man, listen. It is so much fucking confusion in the sport of boxing now. So much fucking confusion. We're gonna dive into all of this shit today. Okay. Listen, I want to start out with Ryan Garcia, though. I want to start with Ryan. You know, this boy had us going around this motherfucker believing that he really wanted to smoke with Gervonta Tank Davis. Goes all on Mike Tyson show, throwing up this the whole goddamn time. I'm gonna put it to you this way, man. I thought that this meant 2 rounds. I didn't know that this in the end meant peace the fuck out. Because that's exactly what his motherfucking ass said to Tank Davis. He sits up there and gets all this clout chasing on Tank, this, that, and the other, calling Tank, going all on Mike Tyson's big, huge platform, doing this. On every motherfucking interview you saw his young punk ass, he was doing this. Oh, come to find out, out of fucking nowhere. Oh, I got a big fight lined up. And I'm going to put Tank off to the side. But it's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a big fight. Use your imagination. Who do you think it's going to be? Motherfucker. You had one big fight. One that you should have lost. But Luke Campbell, he ain't a finisher. I knew he was a B+ fighter. Don't get me wrong here. I knew Luke was a B+ fighter, but I thought Luke had just enough to beat your ass. So he goes out and says, I got to fight with Manny Pacquiao. What up, Josh? Manny Pacquiao. Now, you can blame both sides on this one. I blame Ryan for being a deceiver, making us all believe that him and Tank was next. Tank has said, man, in the tweet, Ryan was like, oh yeah, big fight announcement coming soon. Tank was like, hey, motherfucker, you must know something I don't know. Ryan said, oh, well, just pick up the phone and make the call and find out. I'm thinking, oh shit. I'm like, hey man, what the fuck is this? Then this Manny Pacquiao shit comes along. I want to blame Manny Pacquiao for this, though. Manny, you a legend. And a lot of people feel that Manny can do whatever the fuck he wants to do at this point in his career. Okay? I blame Manny because Manny was willing to duck the fuck out of Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford for fucking Ryan Garcia. Now, granted, the WBA stepped in and they did something right by stripping Manny Pacquiao, but now let me tell you how all of that got fucked up. Right when we thought they finally did something right. They stripped Manny Pacquiao. Lord knows at the end of the day, though, man, we didn't want this old ass getting killed by Errol or Bud any fucking way. All right, we clear Manny. All right, they elevate Ugas to be the WBA champion. Super WBA champion. So many goddamn belts you get confused. The super WBA champion. Then the WBN steps in and they say, oh, they were dead wrong for stripping Manny Pacquiao. They were dead wrong for stripping that man, knowing that we dealing with COVID, knowing that he got a whole nation behind him and he got to deal with the people over there in the Philippines. They were dead wrong for stripping Manny Pacquiao. So now you know what? We're not even going to recognize the WBA as a major sanctioning body anymore. The only motherfuckers we represent is the WBC, the IBF, and the WBO. And look out, WBO, because you 9 toes out the door. This shit is some bullshit. So what? Let's just say, okay, Arrow fights Ugas for that WBA belt. It ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing. According to the WBN, it won't mean shit. So it's like, come on, man, you can't fucking win. But this is boxing for you. So much bullshit. It's too many belts, man. It's too many fucking belts. You got a WBA super champion. You got a WBA regular champion. But I tell you what, if it's one goddamn sanctioned body that should be the fuck out of here, it should be that fucking UWBC. Mauricio Suleiman has caused nothing but confusion when it comes to this fucking lightweight division. Because in actuality, if we could be honest, Teofimo Lopez should be undisputed. He should be the undisputed champion. Let's just follow the timeline. Lomachenko goes up against Luke Campbell, August 31st, 2019. We covered the fight. Loma beats Luke Campbell. Who surprised? Like I just said, Luke Campbell's not a finisher, okay? He wins the WBC belt. Then he vacated the motherfucker, became franchised because he ducked Devin Haney. Lopez fights Lomachenko for all the belts. Lopez beats Lomachenko. He should have been undisputed, but this franchise shit fucked up everything in the division. Mauricio Suleiman, WBC should be out the fucking door. It's just too much bullshit, man. What else we got to talk about here? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This just in. Another fighter I like. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. He sits up here and he says, listen, I might just fucking retire. I done got up to 200 fucking pounds. I haven't went to the gym in over 3 fucking months. I can't get a big fight. There's nothing for me. You got people all on Twitter asking them, well, Boo Boo, what are you going to do, man, when you retire? I mean, what do you... That motherfucker said shit, I don't know, collect unemployment? I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. But I can't get a big fight. He was supposed, but I will say this. He could have had one, but he fucked it up against Jermell Charlo. He fucked that up, okay? But then he leaves, he signs with Eddie Hearn, signs with Matchroom, because Matchroom had the middleweights. He almost had the Billy Joe fight. Billy Joe pops dirty, and it's been downhill ever since then. He hasn't done shit but sit up and fucking tweet out, oh, I sure hope I could get a big fight soon. This motherfucker tagged Arnold Schwarzenegger, Oprah Winfrey, J-Lo, all types of motherfucker celebrities, all kind of random motherfuckers, tagging them in these tweets, getting them involved in this boxing shit. Talking about, oh, I hope I can get a big fight. I hope Eddie Hearn can put me in this fight, and tagging all these celebrities and all these people into this shit. Boo Boo a fool, man. He a little local. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker is desperate for a big fight. He can't get a big fight. So he just said, you know what? I think I'm done, man. I want to say this because he's been trying to hunt down Canelo ducking ass Alvarez as well. He called Canelo a punk ass bitch, all types of shit, putting it all out there. I mean, everybody knows it. Even Canelo. Canelo still don't want to fight this man. Boo Boo might be out the door. And it's a shame. It's a goddamn shame. You know, I don't know if Eddie signed him just to kind of keep him out the way. I don't know, man. I don't understand this. With all the fucking talent that the zone has as far as the middleweights and Matchroom, you should have just known that Boo Boo would have landed a one fight against somebody. Nothing. Boo Boo said he done. He was supposed to be fighting Billy Joe, and going back to the word confusion, it's more shit. So he was supposed to be fighting Billy Joe, but Billy Joe is supposed to be fighting Canelo next. Eddie Hearn has signed Canelo Alvarez under Matchroom for a 2-fight deal. The first fight being this Udrum jobber, okay? Then the second fight, do we really know who the second fight is? Is it Billy Joe Saunders or is it Caleb Plant? This is Caleb Plant's fight week. Caleb Plant getting ready to fight in about an hour and a half. Caleb Plant has been on each and every motherfucking platform saying that I'm next. Why you think I'm having this fight right now? Canelo just got done fighting. I'm fighting now because we're about to fight next. But you hear Eddie Hearn, he says, well, I got Canelo Alvarez for a 2-fight deal, me and Matchroom. We're going to fight Udrum, and then we're going to get the Billy Joe fight. I tell you one motherfucking thing. I tell you one thing. Billy Joe better get that motherfucking fight. He better get that motherfucking fight if Canelo under the Matchroom banner. Because if that motherfucker fuck around and fight Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders will be saying bye-bye to Matchroom. You can bet your ass that. He don't really have heart in the business anyway. That's another one who almost 9 toes out the door, don't really give a fuck about boxing. The only reason why he's still in the game is because he wants that fight with Canelo ducking ass Alvarez. He's in the Canelo ducking ass Alvarez suites. Okay? If he don't land that fight, he can really give a fuck about boxing. If that motherfucker don't get that fight and he under the same banner Matchroom DAZN, bro, you can forget it. He'll be knocking on Frank Warren's door going back to Queensberry or fucking retiring. Yeah. It is, Josh. It is, man. It'll make your fucking head spin. It'll make your head spin, man. Caleb Plant's been on all these platforms all week saying, I'm next. I'm next for Canelo. Then you got Eddie Hearn on this side saying, oh yeah, right after Udrum, it's Billy Joe all the way. He better hope it's Billy Joe for his sake. Because if Caleb Plant get that fight, Billy Joe out the door. He don't even really want to fuck around any fucking way. So now I'm telling you, man, I said back this past week and I said, look at all the bullshit that is going on in boxing, man. Errol and Bud. Errol and Bud. I'm about to cut a promo, man. Damn, that OJ good. Listen, Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford going back and forth on Twitter. All right. Errol Spence saying, oh, well, there go lying ass Bob Arum again. The Bob father sits up and he says, well, we could have been had the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. But I talked to Al Heyman. Al Heyman told me out of his mouth that it's Errol Spence that's holding up the fight with all these crazy ass fucking numbers that he put up. What up, A-Rod? You came in at a good time too. Hey, RT, what's up? What up? What up? All right, they rolling on in. So Errol says, all right, now keep on keeping on. Keep on going for your favorite fighters. Because Lord knows, I will make your favorite fighter out of a tune-up. Just look at what he did to Danny Garcia, okay? Bud said, listen, man, you just go on here with your career knowing that you ducked the best welterweight in the division. Now, this is what the fuck I want to say. Errol, Bud, fuck all the tweeting and get the fucking fighting. The WBA ain't being recognized no more any fucking way. Y'all next. Y'all need to go ahead and fight, man. Bob, fuck this cheap shit you own. Go ahead and reach into your resources. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Take a risk. I give you a Chuck P guarantee. If you put this motherfucking fight on, it'll sell. We need this fight this year. It's only January. And this boxing is looking pretty shitty for the year so far. Really nothing to look forward to. Nothing. We're not getting no Wilder Fury 3. Yeah, I mean, you got to. Listen, we're not getting Fury Wilder 3. We're not getting Tank versus Ryan. Bro, Canelo ducking ass Alvarez ain't fighting anybody of relevance until we actually see him in the fucking ring with a Billy Joe or a Caleb Plant. We're not getting any fucking fights. We need Bud versus Errol this year, man. Fuck all the dumbass politic bullshit and the A side and the B side and the 60-40 and the 70-30. Man, work it out, man. We need this fight. But I gotta say this, man. At the negotiation table, man, Bud, he got to be out of his mind if he think it's 50-50. And that's my favorite fighter. It ain't no 50-50. He'll be lucky if it's 60-40. Make it 60-40, man. Oh, I don't know, man. It's a way they can work this out, man. It's a way they can work this shit out, bro. Have some shit on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Some back end incentives into the shit. Work this shit out, man. We need this fucking fight. We need Errol versus fucking Bud in 2021. If it don't happen this year, it ain't gonna never ever fucking happen, man. And that's just as real as it gets. It'll never fucking happen if it don't happen this year. All this fucking tweeting back and forth and this, that, fuck all of that. We over that shit now. Let's get to fighting. We've been trying to figure out who the king of this 147 division for I don't know how many fucking years. Well, shit, since Zal. Keith Thurman had them fucking belts, man, and had the fucking division and hostage. All these fucking belts got to. Then you had just had this Manny Pacquiao situation. It's ridiculous. Now they're not recognizing the fucking WBA, bro. It's this shit is a mess. But that's the thing, though, Josh. It's the backlash of the 2020, of the shitty 2020. It's trickling over to 2021. And that's a fact, man. This fucking year gonna be just as fucking shitty as last year, man. Only thing is we gonna recover a little more, you know, with the vaccines and shit like that. But for the most part, this is another fucked up year. So they want a lot of these fights with a crowd, man. They're not trying to have all these fucking fights behind closed doors where there's no gate, no kind of revenue, none of that shit. They're tired of that shit. So they're trying to save these big fights for when we can get a crowd. Man, I don't know if we're going to get that this year. A fucking venue with 50, 60,000 people? I highly doubt that. So what the fuck are we going to do here? We're going to look at these motherfuckers fight mandatories and C-level fighters for the whole year? Fuck that. Eddie Hearn put out this goddamn fight schedule. I was chatting with Ebony Bridges. That's a weak ass fucking fight schedule. One of the weakest fucking fight schedules I've seen. The only motherfucking fight I'm looking forward to is fucking Povetkin and Dillian White. And then, you know, probably Rachel Ball and Shannon Courtney just because of added interest. Other than that, fuck that schedule. You got Clarissa Shields out here. Thank God she just got a fight date. They were fucking her over. I didn't even think she would box again. But thank God she got a fight. Even with the winning, man, it's just boxing is fucked up, period. They need to clean up a lot of this shit. And the main thing they need to clean up is this belt situation too, man. That franchise bullshit that is, and they add new shit to it every day. Oh, well, you can't win the belt. Oh, well, in this fight, you can win the belt. You can win it in this fight. Any other time, you can't win it. It's like, dude, where's the consistency here? Ooh-wee. I tell you. But this is boxing, baby. This is it. The big leagues. This is what you get, baby. A bunch of bullshit. What else I'm missing here? Oh, all right. David Benavidez, a super middleweight, 168. This is the motherfucker that Canelo should be fighting. This is the motherfucker Canelo should be fighting. He fighting this boy Udrum due to David Benavidez losing his belt on the scale. Comes in overweight, loses his belt, vacated. Now we got this fight. Well, that was the Callum Smith and Canelo fight, excuse me. The Callum Smith and Canelo fight was for that. But David Benavidez is his number one mandatory. He should be fighting David Benavidez now for this. But we got Udrum. David Benavidez said, fuck it, man. I've been hearing Jamal Charlo talk. If Jamal Charlo really about that life, he could bring his ass on up to 168 because he's been talking about moving on up any fucking way. And then his brother moving up from 154 to 160. We could go ahead and do this shit. Jamal Charlo actually responded and he said, oh, I hear some Mexican out there with my motherfucking name in his mouth. And so let's do it in May. Let's do it in May. Now, he didn't officially make an announcement of him jumping up to 168 or anything like that. But I hope to God that we do get that fucking fight in May. Now, that's a huge fucking fight. That could save the year. But you know how that go, man, with all that talking and squawking and tweeting and all this bullshit. I mean, look at what Ryan just did. You know, Ryan had everybody thinking that him and Tank was next, and now this shit come out of left field. So much bullshit, man. Sounds like a headache waiting at me. This been a headache, man. I don't know how fucking long, man. So, KTFO schedule. KTFO schedule. So listen, I just put out the Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez KTFO intro. And we'll be covering that. Then we're gonna do Carl Frampton and Jamel Herring. You know, I watched a fight, an interview with Jamel Herring today. And Jamel Herring was talking about how, that last fight in which he quit, in which he fucking quit. Okay, let's just be honest. He quit the fight. You know, he had a way out. He got a fucking gash over his eye due to an intentional headbutt. So they had already told Jamel Herring. They said, "Listen, man, if you pull out the fight, you will not lose your belt because this was an intentional headbutt. Now we can keep going if you want to, or you can pull out, but keep in mind now, you'll keep your belt." Jamel Herring kept asking that motherfucker. He said, "But I'm gonna keep my belt, right? I'm keeping my belt, right?" He said, "You will keep your belt if you pull out because this is an intentional headbutt." So the fight goes on. Jamel said, "Oh, I'll continue." The fight goes on, and Jamel Herring was starting to get his ass beat. Okay, the tide was starting to shift here. Then Jamel calls timeout, goes to the corner. You got Bo Mack, his trainer, everybody looking at his eye and everything. Jamel says, "Oh, I can't continue. Oh no, I can't see. I can't see shit. I can't continue." So they said, "All right, fight off." Right when the boy was starting to get Jamel Herring's ass. So now Jamel cuts his fucking interview and he says, "Well, people don't realize I had COVID and I was going through that. Then they kept postponing the fight, and I had 3 different training camps." And I said, "Well, all right then. Okay, well, all right. Now that could be the case. That could be the case. But goddamn it, I know damn good and well your ass quit your last fight. Now, does that make me feel a certain kind of way and make me have a different opinion about the Frampton fight? It could be. It could have. That could have changed some things for me. But we'll get there with the prediction show. I think that fight is going to be February 27th, the end of February. So it'll be going down, man. Carl Frampton and Jamel Herring. And he's been sparring Bud. Jamel Herring and Bud Crawford like this. He been sparring with him, getting some good shit in. And he said, "Look, man, this is the only way I'm going to get better. I'm sparring Bud Crawford. And he's beating my motherfucking ass. Yes, he is. He's beating the fuck out of me. But the more I go in there with him and the more I go in there with him, the better I'll be. And I'll be ready for Carl Frampton." And they interviewed Carl Frampton, and Carl Frampton said, "I don't know why the fuck he's sparring with Bud. That won't make a damn bit of difference. That won't make a damn bit of difference." He said, "I'm going to whip Jamel Herring's ass. I'm going to whip Jamel Herring's ass." But you know something, though? He ducking Shakur Stevenson. That's another thing with this motherfucking this boxing shit. All the ducking, man. You got the ducking, you got the politics, and when you merge those together, it's bullshit. It's chaos. It's a cluster. G Fred 4 laughing his ass off. I'm glad he could get a laugh off this shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. Maybe he agrees, maybe he don't. I don't know. But to me, boxing is nothing but bullshit now. But Carl Frampton said he's beating Jamel Herring's ass. It don't matter if he's sparring Bud. It don't matter who the fuck he's sparring. That is his ass, February 27th. Then Maurice Hooker and Virgil Ortiz. I'll be covering that. That's a big fucking fight. I like that fight, man. I like that fight a lot. But you want to know who God damn it, this is a spoiler alert, man. I'm going with Virgil Ortiz all day, beating the fuck out of Maurice Hooker, man. Bro, I watched that Jose Ramirez fight again. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see him having nothing for no Virgil Ortiz, man. I just don't. I think this is another matchup gone bad for Maurice Hooker. I got Virgil Ortiz beating the fuck out of him. Now, I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but bro, I look at this as Virgil Ortiz's showcase, man. His big step up showcase fight. I don't see Maurice Hooker winning this fight at all, man. And then another fight that I'm going to cover. I need a little more confirmation on it, though. It's just talks for the moment, but it's looking like it's damn near a done deal. And that'll be that psychotic, crazy motherfucker, Alexander Usyk, going up against slow Joe Joyce. Okay? Now, these two got a fucking history. They done fought each other in the past and shit. So they're going to rehash that. Listen, man. I might have to put a little fucking respect on Joe Joyce, man. They call that motherfucker the Juggernaut. And I see why. That ain't just no gimmick. That Daniel Dubois fight showed me a lot when it came to fucking Joe Joyce, man. Daniel Dubois was hitting that motherfucker with some bomb, and Joe Joyce was eating that shit up. Walking right through Daniel Dubois' ass. I don't know, man. Should be an interesting fight with Usyk. If that motherfucker fought that motherfucker like he did back then, working off the jab. Now, did Usyk get better? Yeah. But this should definitely make for an interesting fight. So those are the fights that I got lined up. Tortoise versus the hair fight. Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Because Usyk got the movement, man. He gonna have that output. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be throwing. And then you got Joe Joyce, slow ass. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that motherfucking jab, bro. That jab Joe got, bro. You gotta respect it. That motherfucking jab Daniel Dubois' eye out. And that's all he did. He beat him with one punch. He beat Daniel Dubois with one fucking punch the whole fight. He just worked off the jab and jabbed his fucking eye out. Speaking of Daniel Dubois, covering well. You know, he'll be back. Thank God. Thank God. He said, yeah, man, I had to take that knee, man. I had to take that knee. He said, I hope nobody think I'm a quitter or anything like that. He said, but man, I'm in my early 20s. I'm like 20. I'm 22 years old. I think he's 22. Just a fucking kid, a baby. He said, man, I got to live to fight another day. And he'll be all right. They just rushed him. But shit, I thought he was gonna go. I thought he was gonna blow right by fucking Joe Joyce. I thought he would blow by Joe. And that motherfucker Sam Jones kept saying that shit, man. Shout out to little fucking Sam Jones, man. Big shout out to Sam Jones, man. I hollered at him, man. Cool dude. Cool dude. That motherfucker kept on saying, listen, Joe Joyce is going to destroy Daniel Dubois. I said Sam Jones and lost his mindset, but that's him being a good promoter, being a good manager. He said, I'm dead fucking serious, man. It's not going to be close. He said, Joe Joyce is going to destroy him. He said, you're going to see why they call him the Juggernaut. I said, hey, Sam, hey, bro, you right. You was right, man. I don't know. I might have to go with Joe against Usyk. I don't know, man. That jab he got deadly. Respect Joe's jab. Let me see what we got going on up in here. Yeah, he's still a pup, man. 22 years old. I love Daniel Dubois too, man. That boy cold, man. But, you know, They made a good point. They said every time they show highlights of Daniel Dubois, he was fighting bums, fucking bums up. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you know what the style he had and the activity he had behind him, and I just thought I said he's the one. He's the one. I said this is a special one. I said Joe Joyce ain't got shit for him. Joe Joyce proved me wrong, man. I mean, he beat him, and not just beat him, but he beat him bad. He beat him bad. It was so convincing. Your new favorite color is yellow. Yellow down his back. Yeah, man. They've been talking back and forth about the fight. They saying that fight could happen like May or June. Deontay Wilder could be fighting Charles Martin. If not Charles Martin, probably Andy Ruiz. So we got some fights. But man, we need a big one. We need a big one, man. I don't want this to be a long, shitty year. Well, it's already going to be a long, shitty year. But please, man, give me some entertainment, man. Give me some good fights to watch, bro. Because I'm not trying to watch these. I don't want this to be mandatory season. I don't want this to be C-level season. I want this shit to be motherfucking strap season. That's what the fuck I want. I want strap season. I want fucking unifications. I want to see undisputed. That's what the fuck I want to hear this year. But at the end of the day, you got to be a realist. We're lucky we're getting the shit we're getting due to this fucking COVID shit. This shit has ruined everything, man. This fucking COVID-19. So we just got to stick it out, man. And whatever bone the fuck they throw at us, I guess we just got to deal with it, man. I guess we just got to deal with it. Or tune the fuck out. Or tune the fuck out. One of the two. So that's about it, man. I had to get on this week. There was so much going on, man. There's so much going on, bro. Getting closer to number 80, though, y'all. We're getting closer to that 2-hour live stream where we talk about any goddamn thing, that's what Boo Boo said he wanted to do. That's what Boo Boo. You know what Boo Boo said he wanted to do? He also tagged fucking Drew McIntyre from the WWE. The WWE. That motherfucker tagged him, and he said, well, I hope to get a wrestling match against him. So maybe there's still hope for old Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. If he doesn't make it in boxing, he'll be knocking on Drew McIntyre's door. Good fucking grief. Anybody checking this out archive, man, follow me on Twitter at ChuckP216 and stay ahead of the game, man. Stay ahead of the game. God damn it, I hope I last in this motherfucking game. With all the bullshit these motherfuckers throwing at me. I don't know, man. I'm dodging haymakers left and right. Man. Give me a fight. Fuck the dumb shit. We'll keep on praying for this virus to be gone, man. This virus got to go, man. We were going to get either Claiborne, the F, or KTFO. we were striving to survive. You goddamn right, man. That's what we got to do, man. If you don't want to die, then keep your hands high, motherfuckers. Hey, man, I'm up out of here, man. I'm going to catch y'all next week. I'll definitely be on next week because the quicker we can get to number 80, the better. So number 79, hopefully, with another fucking week going by, hopefully I won't have to get on this bitch and cut another promo about boxing being bullshit. I don't want to do that next week. I want to come on next week. I want to have a good, cool stream. I don't want my blood pressure going up sky fucking high. I don't want any of that shit next week. because this week they got me. All right. This week they got me. I'm about to sit back. I'm about to watch Caleb Plant whoop some ass at 8 o'clock. I'm about to do, hey, listen. No more beer either. You got me in this motherfucker drinking orange juice. Got to make sure I get in better health. Got the face slimming now. I'm getting ready for my man. It should be Mauricio Suleiman for all the bullshit he doing. I'm about ready to beat his ass. I'm about ready to be like Riddick Bowe and take the WBC champion and throw the bitch in the garbage can. It's full of bullshit. I'm out of here, man. See you next week.